Hey there, friends. It's Kristen here with a new episode of Free Spirit Beading on the Softlex Company YouTube channel and Facebook page. And I think I'm coming to you live in the Great Bead Extravaganza today as well. We are going to be working on adding to our rainbow rainbow sun catcher. I think the moon threw me off for a second today. So each week I've been kind of coming on live on Mondays and doing a new shape with you and a new color, working through the colors of the rainbow and the 7 chakra colors. And next color is green. So we're going to work on green today. So if you missed any of the previous videos, you can go back on the Softlex Company YouTube channel and watch how I did the moon and this diamond shape and this little swirl shape. And today we're going to be working on a heart, a little asymmetrical, kind of funky heart together. And we're going to put that in green. I do have to wrap myself up a little bit quicker than usual today because my kiddo has to go to the library for some volunteer hours right at 2 o'clock, which, as you know, I tend to go a little bit over when I've been working on these these metal shapes. So I'm going to try and be a little bit quicker today. We'll see how I do. Hey, everybody. Hi, Zach. Hi, Gail. Hi, Colidi. Hello, Lydia. Welcome, welcome. It's a little bit warmer here in the desert today. I mean, we were talking last week how beautiful it's been and how cool it's been. And the last couple of days has been a little more normal. Not quite those super high temps, but definitely feeling a little more like summer. Oh, Zach says my birthstone color. You are emerald. Yes. So Zach just had a birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. I think it was last month, right? Hi, Anne. Great to see everyone. So what we've got going on right now at Softlex Company is we've got a free gift with your order over $69. It is a bead bundle. You'll get 4 strands. It's a 4x6 fire polish, and there's 4 in the bundle. There's one that's like a mustard color, and that's more of just a matte. And then the other 3 have a really pretty splatter design. There's a silver one, a red one, and a purple one. And I thought I had some of them here. I know I used them in some projects. I definitely used the red one when I made the spider web earrings for Halloween. And I don't know where the rest of them are. So I was going to show you what they were, but they have seemed to have left my area. Gail says green is also my birthday color. Happy birthday belated to you as well. Thanks, Lydia. Oh my gosh, it's funny that you say that because just today I was like, should I get my hair cut? I've been thinking about trimming it shorter in the back and leaving it longer in the front. And whenever I think that, all of a sudden I have like a really good hair day. It's like my hair's like, hey. But I usually don't have my hair this long. So this is long for me. I have been cutting it and giving it layers. And yeah, it's kind of funny. I almost feel like it's got a little bit of a rock look to it today, right? But I was thinking about shortening it in the back. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll leave it. Whenever I have that little inkling of I'm just gonna cut it all off, then my hair looks great. Zach says it's so beautiful. Thank you. That is the thing with curly hair is it's really got a mind of its own. And some days are just fantastic and other days are just a complete mess. And I just have to kind of roll with it and know that, you know, my hair has a mind of its own. Just that's what it wants to do. Lois says rock and roll. Yeah. I felt like it was a little rock and roll today when I kind of came on. And I'm in new rainbow gear. So I've been trying to wear rainbows every time for this since we're working on this rainbow sun catcher. This is a shawl. That is made from an original artwork by my friend Dawn. Her name is Dawn Pratt, and she does beautiful rainbow paintings. And she had this shawl made out of her artwork, and I know she sells these, and she also sells fantastic rainbow paintings. So if you like it and you're interested, you can message me. I'll send you the link to her website to contact her. I don't think she has like a shop, but you could definitely contact her. Her name is Dawn Pratt, Pratt, and she is one of my besties here in Arizona. Terry says it always grows back. It looks terrific today. Thank you. Lots of love on the hair today. Thanks. It's like some days, I mean, I did exactly today what I did yesterday, and I felt like it just was like yesterday. It just was not good. So it's funny how I can do like the same exact thing, put the same exact stuff in it, and it just, some days it's here for the show, and then it just wants to be a bun. So what else is going on at Softflex? We've got a live sale. If you missed our last live sale, we kind of had to change things around at the last minute, and we ended up doing a live sale stuff was on our website. But tomorrow, our traditional live sale is back. It will be from Mike Sherman's personal collection, and that will be at noon tomorrow on the Softflex Company Facebook page, so you won't want to miss that. The sale is open through Thursday, so you can shop Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We have live giveaways if you're there live, so it's really great to be there live. Plus, there's also tons of limited items. So when you're there live or as close to live as possible, then you'll have first dibs on those items that are really low in quantity. Let's see. What else do we got going on? I think that's it for me right now. What time is the live? The live sale is at noon Pacific time, and that is tomorrow, June 20th. On the Softflex Company Facebook page. So we do have an event set up on Facebook. So if you're not good with remembering and you want a reminder, check us out on Facebook in the event section and click going, and Facebook will send you a reminder when we go live, which is really handy. I know I usually need stuff like that because there's just so many things going on and so many events happening that it's hard to keep them all straight. And so clicking going on things I'm interested in, then it alerts me, lets me know when it's happening, and that's really helpful. All right, so let's go down to my beading table and take a look at what I've got supply-wise. I've got a bunch of beads. This is some random beads from past mystery kit bead mixes, and these are all in green because that's our next color that we're going to be working with in the rainbow. And then I've got craft wire in 16 gauge and 22 gauge. They are both the non-tarnished silver plated. And I've been telling everyone each video we are discontinuing carrying the 16 gauge. So while I'm using it for this project, it's great for these kinds of projects because it's nice and sturdy. What we have in stock is all that we going to have, and once it's out, we're not going to be ordering anymore. In the future, you can probably work on 18 gauge with a very similar project. I just decided to go ahead with 16 gauge just because it is a little bit tougher and perfect for this type of application. I've got my cutters, nylon jaw pliers, chain nose pliers, round nose pliers, and my bent nose pliers. I also have the multi-mandrel plier, which I love for making consistent shapes, and I've been enjoying making the little connecting jump rings with the largest mandrel on this tool. I also have a Wig Jig Olympus light here, and then 2 of the super pegs, which are these large round circles that I'm going to use for my heart today. I'm trying to decide if I want to do this one or the smaller one. Maybe I'll just see how it looks. That would be the smaller one, but I felt like that might be too small. Maybe it was that one and this one. Ah, I see what I did. So I think for my example, I used these 2. I don't know if I should. I think I'm going to go with the larger ones, though, and make it even a little bit bigger. And I have the wire whacker. This hardens wire designs with a whack. So you just put your design in between and you smash it down, and that helps you to work harden the shape even further. I don't have to use a ton of work hardening with the 16 gauge because it's such a stiff metal to begin with. And then once I wrap it, so I do work harden it, but just a little bit. If you're using a thinner gauge, like maybe the 18, you might have to work harden it a little bit more. Okay, so Terry says, I am sorting my previously unsorted bead stash. Send positive energy, Ack. Yes, that is what started this project for me, Terry. I was cleaning out my space and I decided to organize and like empty out a bunch of old mixes into colors like this, and I ended up with a whole rainbow mix of items, and I was like, oh, this would be great for a rainbow design. Okay, let's see how much wire I'm gonna need. I see we've got some people talking about the 70s club. Woo, woo. In the comments. You were awesome. Yeah, I'll do a dozen. I'll do 12 inches on this one and see how that goes. Now, I did this sample a couple of weeks ago, so I have to remember what I was doing. So it might take me a try, but my thought process is I'm going to start down here, take the wire around the outside of this super peg, kind of in the middle here and around this little peg, and then around the outside and back here. Actually, now that I'm looking at that, I think this space is a little too close. I want to move this, move these up a little higher so that my heart is a little more elongated. Okay, that feels a little bit better. A little more space between here and here. We'll see. So first thing I'm going to do is grab my wire. I've cut each side so they're flat with the flush cutter, and just make myself a little P-loop, like a regular loop, just like that. And then I'm going to grab a hold of that loop with my chain nose plier and use my nylon jaw pliers to straighten out my wire a little bit. And I'll run it through a few times just because it's got a bit dramatic of a bend right there. And doing this will work hard in your wire a little bit too. Kind of gets it warmed up, prepped, and work hardens a little. So next I'm going to stick that little loop that I made on this bottom pin, and then I'm going to wrap around the super peg. And I'm going to turn my jig, not my wire. Okay, so there I've got my first loop for my heart going. And I don't know if this part I really did on a jig at all. So I'm actually going to pull this wire down. I'm going to ignore this little loop-de-loop guy up here, this little peg. I'm going to take that out of there. I'm going to ignore that. So I've got my first side done. Come back here again. And I'm just going to stick my finger right where the two super pegs get close to meeting, because that's around about where I want to make my loop. And I think I'm going to grab this one, grab a hold. Which way do I want you? Grab a hold of this, and I'm going to go around this bottom mandrel here. So I'm taking the long side around that bottom mandrel, just like so. There we go. Okay, so the next thing I got to do is just reposition this guy, because I need a little space where that is. And see, I might want to move it down. There we go. I want it to be asymmetrical. And move it back up. And I want this one to go around that super peg now. And now I might just kind of fiddle with it a little bit. Kind of shake it in. What's kind of fun about planning to do an asymmetrical heart is that however it turns out is totally fine. It's like what I was meant to do. Okay, so now when I get to a spot where I'm happy with it, I am going to grab my chain nose pliers and my bent nose pliers. And I'll probably start it with my fingers. Kind of go around once. And then if you want to use your pliers, you can. Why? I have trouble. I know. I just find it easier to use my hands. I don't know if it's because the wire's so heavy duty that I just feel like I get more grip if I just use my fingers. And as you see, once you tighten it up and you wrap around, your shape kind of cinches in a little bit more. Now let me see if I can kind of finish it off with the pliers. Scooch that together. And then I'm gonna consider this the back. So I'll just bring that wire back here and trim it down and tuck it in. Ta-da! And then if you're going to work hard in this, you're just going to want to have your little loopy part hanging off the end. And I'll go ahead and mute myself. And we've got our heart shape to play with. So this one I made was a little bit smaller, and it looks like I kind of looped that in a little bit more. So yeah, that's an idea too if you wanted to kind of bend this little part in a little more. But I think I'm happy with where it is, so I don't want to mess with it any further. When I did this one, instead of using these two, I used these two. And so that's why my heart overall came out a little bit smaller. And I can give you diameter on this. Let's see. This one is, the largest one is 2 inches. And then the next one that I had used for the silver heart, this one is 1.5. So 2 inches in diameter and 1.5 inch in diameter. And this one is just about 3/4. So we've got 1.5 inch diameter and 3/4 inch diameter for the other 2 sizes. So I'm going to bring back my beads now and my 22 gauge wire for wrapping. And I went with the heart because those of you that know the chakra system, the green is for your heart chakra. And it's located right in the center of your chest. And I love green. So that's sort of the secondary reason. And let's see, I'm going to grab a little bead mat so that I can dump these out. See what I've got to work with here. Do like a little bit of an organization. Becky's now watching us on YouTube. I'm glad you found me over on YouTube. Were you having a little trouble? Sometimes the stream is better on one versus the other. Oh, Lori organized and sorted beads all weekend. Now it's time to play. I always love organizing, and like for me, it opens up a lot of creative energy once I have like a space that I can work in. If I have too much out and around, oh, I just don't even want to get started. So it's kind of, I don't have to have like a super neat space, but I have to at least feel like there's a little bit a method to the madness, I guess. Method to the madness. Hi, Penny from rainy South Carolina. Enjoy the rain. I probably won't see any here for a little while. Okay. All right. We've got a good little selection of green here. So I'm going to go ahead and do one arm's width. I found 2 arms width was a little too difficult to wrangle the other day. 16. Which comes to about 20, 25, 26 inches for me. And I thought for this one that I would do sort of a very, where did I put the, where did I put my sun catcher? There it is. So let's look at some of the things we've done so far. So for this first one, we put the beads in kind of in a line, just stacked them all up and around. The second one, we went a little more free form, but it's still pretty jam-packed in there, which is probably good for the small, because this is kind of a small shape. So it was nice to give it a little extra weight, I think, by kind of packing it in and then having these fun little bobbles off the side. And then the one we did last week, the moon, we wrapped around the outside of the shape with this dangle here on the center of the moon. And so now we're going to attach the heart down here by adding one of those jump rings we've made. And I think for the heart, I'm going to do inside again, and I'm going to make it a little haphazard and maybe not as tight as the purple one. So a little bit looser. Let's see how that goes. So I'm just going to pick a spot to start. I think I'll pick a spot near this loop-de-loop. And I just leave a little bit. Let me look at how much that I did. About 1.5 inches. So I leave about 1 inch to 1.5 inches tail. Anna's saying, where can I get the purple bobble beads? All of the beads that I'm using are from our mystery design kits. I'm kind of just cleaning out my stash. So you can check our bead mixes section on the website. If we have any left over from a kit, we put it in there. And you can grab our latest kit, which is called lavender lemonade. Now, I don't know if those exact beads will be in there, but you're sure to have some really pretty purple sparkly beads that are similar in our mystery lavender lemonade kit. We are about 60% sold out. Oh, you know, we even have a lavender lemonade bead strand, which has only 5 left, and that had some really pretty sparkly purple beads on it. So you might want to look at that one too. But all of our mystery kits and those bead mixes and bead strands are limited quantity. So once they're gone, they're gone. And I'm kind of playing with some old items. So I wrapped around my tail to my heart shape. And now I'm going to string on a green bead, maybe this little rice bead. String on a green bead to get started. And maybe I'll do a couple of beads. On this first strand here. This one might be nice because it's got so many facets. Thinking about the sun hitting it and having lots of different light go through. And might want to even move it up and kind of curve it. Give it a little curve. And then when I'm done adding beads, I would wrap it around my shape a few times. And when my wire is facing inside my shape, again, I'll stop and add some more beads. That's pretty. Maybe I'll swoop it down, add a couple more and kind of swoop it down this way. Penny is asking, are you planning on hanging it inside or outside? I'm planning on hanging it outside. I have a small little patio right outside my kitchen door, and I have a couple of sun catchers out there already, but this one will be the biggest one so far. And I think I will enjoy, I like having a little bit of fun stuff to look at while I'm outside. And now I'm going to pull this one wire back up. I kind of like this little swoop it's making. And just something to notice is that I don't have a lot of space right here next to this bead. So I want something tiny. Let's see if this will fit. Yeah, that'll fit. I just want to something tiny next to it, because if I looked for a bead too wide, it really wouldn't scoot down as far. And I want it to scoot down. Whoop. Sparkly swoops. These have been so much fun to make. And I feel like I'm really honing in those craft wire skills with this project. So I think what I'm going to do right here is just make a little swoop, make a little bend right there. And kind of come back around this way, just because I wanted to add a little flair in there. So then I'll add another bead, and it kind of sits next to that swoop, and maybe I'll end it with one of those little square beads that I started that one with. And then I can go through the center here. And then feed it up the center, and then around and back down. And I can kind of, let's see if this will work. If I can stick it through and then pull it. It's a little bit tricky in this little spot because it's a little bit tighter. But made it work. Now let's see what we want to do with this piece here. I think I'll just kind of come down right through there, kind of letting the wire tell me where it wants to go next. Swoop in. Very technical term, jewelry making term. We're going to just swoop this wire around. Let's see here, maybe this one. Okay, so I found another spot that I'm like ready to attach. I'm just going to rotate around my shape, wrap it around a few times. And you can leave your wraps open. I've seen that before if you want, or you can tighten them up, whichever feels good to you. Let's see where this one wants to go. So this one seems like it wants to kind of swoop up that way. Maybe I'll bead up to about here and then make another little loop. That might be nice. And okay, do maybe one more bead. One more bead. Two more beads. That feels good there. I'm going to go ahead and make another circle. And then I'll add a couple more beads here and wrap it up. One, two, three. And then look at that. That kind of just fell right into place there. Isn't that good right there? I like that. And I think I want to use another one of these big sparkly beads. I also think I want to kind of push that down. There we go. So that guy right in there. A couple of beads and then that one. Let's see. Let's add this big one. I love how sparkly that one is. And a couple more below it. Let's see. Wrap that one up. Hi, Dana. Dana says, late again. Oh no, your battery was on your clock was dying. So I messed up your whole day. Oh, shoot. That's the pits when you think it's a totally different time. It's nice if that happens and you gain time, but it's not nice if you if you've lost time because you thought it was different than what it was. I know I don't have a little tassel. Oh, right here, you mean? A little tassel hanging from there? Ooh, look at this little guy. Maybe that little guy. I kind of like that one better than the tassel just because it fits in the space. So maybe I'll add this little charm, this little dark green charm right there. Just put it on a little jump ring. I like that idea. The tassel feels a little too crowded, but I like that idea. You could always put other charms you have too, kind of looping from there. Fun. All right, we're getting close to me having to wrap it up. I'm going to be getting the wrap up gong soon. I've got my Hudson's over here staring at me. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. Oh, I don't like those two being next to each other. Maybe this one. That's better. Okay, and then squeeze this one around. Kind of push it towards what I consider my back here. What did I do? Did I pull that tighter? Oh, look what happened. The little that little ball went on there. It went, hey, wait a minute. I want to be in that space. There we go. Let's trim off this wire. And go ahead and attach this to our sun catcher. I'll move those beads out of the way. Grab one of our jump rings that we made together on the last video and just attach it at the bottom of the moon. And then I think I'll attach it maybe from this one here. I can always see how it hangs and adjust that. But I just wanted to find a spot on the heart that would make sense. And then the next one will get added to the bottom here. So let me pick it up and show you where it looks, how it looks so far. Oh, and I lost my little moon charm. Let's add that back in there. And we'll see the charm is now no longer hitting. Remember last week it was kind of hitting the bottom of the moon, but since we have this one on here, and when I put in the next one, it'll pull it down even further. 1, 2, 3, 4, done. 3 more to go, right? What do we have left? We have yellow, we have orange, and we have red. So 3 more colors to go, and our rainbow sun catcher will be complete. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I have to run and make sure I get my kiddo to his volunteer hours at the library before 2, and we'll be here next week to add on the 1, 2, 3, 5th color, which will be yellow is next, right? Yellow, orange, and then red. So yellow will be our color next week. Join me at 1 p.m. Pacific time here on the Softflex Company Facebook page or YouTube channel. And I'll see you then. Until then, happy beading. And if you are making any sun catchers along with me, be sure to share them in the Softflex VIB studio. We'd love to see them. Look forward to checking out the live sale tomorrow. That's at noon Pacific time over on the Softflex Company Facebook page. So go check that out. And then the last thing is, if you shop at softflexcompany.com, we have a free gift right now. You get 4 strands of 4x6mm fire polish. It's a bundle that you get for free in your order over $69 or more. You'll also get free shipping option if you're in the US over $65. So check all of that out at softflexcompany.com. Have a great creative week. I'll see you next Monday. Bye.